So, here's what you missed in part 1 of what happened to the Brit Crew. I reunited with my bestie Casper, the guy who brought me into the Brit Crew. He loved the attention.
I love it.
We explored the fairy tale love between Brit Crew members as well as the love lost. Casper's wife Amber, certified OG fangirl, asked the question we've all been thinking.
I think the people would want to know, where's the hound?
That sent me straight to Jim Chapman, where we talked love, lost, hello world, and sausage dogs.
I know she was my dog.
Then I headed to Cornwall to chat with Jack Harries about burnout, pressure, and met a duck band called One Duck Erection. No, rarely.
Chirp to them like you're a duck.
Oh, and did I mention, we still haven't heard back from Zoe and Alfie.
Zoe, Alfie, if you're out there, contact us. We love you.
So, now you're all caught up. To understand what made the Brit Crew's social flame dwindle, I needed to speak to more than just a YouTuber. I needed an oracle. A man who doesn't just understand the algorithm, he is the algorithm. A YouTube god, a chaotic genius armed with the wisdom of 1,000 thumbnails and the click-through rate of a god. Getting this interview gave me a feeling.
A feeling of triumph. A feeling of triumph.
Can you please tell us what to thumbnail and title this documentary?
It's got to be negative. So it's how the Brit Crew destroyed their careers.
Oh my God.
Like, destroyed career is always a great buzzword. I met failed YouTubers, that would do well. And then put me in the thumbnail. YouTube has been my primary source of video content or entertainment, since probably 2012, 2013. Joe, Casper, yourself, I first met Joe. It was at the launch of Strictly Come Dancing. Go on, Joe! And I was walking past, and there was literally a metal chain fence separating the members of the public, and he was inside. And he turned around and saw my face and was like, "Oh, are you Max Fosh? I enjoy your videos." And I remember being like, oh my God, that's Joe Sugg. We are very different types of creators that we were. The Brit Crew, they was all about relationship based.
Yeah.
They obviously, you guys obviously understood, or you were very good at being able to convey your relationship that you had in real life, and then either enhancing it or then just capturing it on camera. But whereas I'm ideas based, no one really cares about my personal life or my relationships or my friends. When you have put all of your life on the internet, and after a while, when you break up, when life happens and gets in the way, your audience feels a huge amount of ownership over that. And that's got to be brutal, because not only are you trying to go through breakup, life, whatever, the peaks and valleys, but then you've got a million people who've all got their opinion. I've got friends of mine who broke up with girlfriends 3 or 4 years ago, and still, every single thing in their comments be like, "What's happened to X? Can't believe you broke up with X." There is an inherent choice that's been made to put in that position. But I guess from you guys, when you were starting out very early doors, you didn't really understand how the parasocial relationships would work.
Yeah, none of them, especially the first guys, had any idea that they'd ever become famous. They were just talking to a camera in their room, and then it turned into this bigger thing. And I think that's why some of them potentially weren't conditioned or expecting to be world famous. As a YouTuber doing very well in 2025, what do you think is different now for being successful on YouTube compared to how it was when these guys blew up, which was 2014?
I think a lot of creative now, they look at it much more as a business, which means there's structure, which means there's separation between your work and your actual life. We make 20, 25 videos a year. At the beginning of every video, you need to have a hook and a resolution. The hook is the question that you're asking at the beginning of the video, and the resolution hopefully means that gets resolved.
This is me with 4 SAS soldiers. This is me at an international bodybuilding competition. This is me in a field in Utah about to find out who can eat more hot dogs, a competitive eater or a grizzly bear.
You want a napkin? I always think that the title is the what, the thumbnail is the how, and the first minute of the video is the why.
Yeah.
We talk about retention a lot in the office, but then again, you don't want to be a slave to analytics, because then you start getting analysis paralysis, and you just making decisions purely on what you think an algorithm is going to want to...
Start living like Neo in the Matrix.
Literally. You always want what you have plus a little bit more.
Exactly. Did I tell you that?
No.
No, I'm sure I did.
I think it was Nietzsche.
Why are you shaking? You shouldn't be shaking.
Oh my God, I was ready!
So there is no hook, there is no question.
Did you used to watch stuff like this and think like, why is this getting so many views?
Yeah, I used to watch these all the time.
But I guess this was like, these guys walked so you could run, Max.
Yeah. I mean, it's amazing. This got 2 million views. I wish I could make these.
Yeah.
That's amazing. You sat down on a chair, didn't edit anything, and put it up 15 minutes later and it got 2 million views.
The Brit Crew's early videos might not seem high effort or Oscar-worthy, but I don't think that was the point. What gained them an audience was much simpler, the capturing of authentic relationships. My next Brit Crew member knew this better than anyone else.
How's it going?
Good, how are you? Come
Very
in.
good.
Come in.
You're going to show me how to make matcha?
Yeah. Have you had a matcha before?
I don't know how to make it, but I like it a lot.
So you do like it?
Yeah, I love it.
So when we had a chat and I asked, I thought you were being sarcastic about liking matcha.
No,
Actually like matcha.
I do.
Actually
I genuinely like matcha. Where are you at now? What's happening in your world?
It has been a massive journey the last decade, I imagine, for all of us. I'm so excited to watch this back and hear everyone's journeys as well. It feels really nice actually to be home, to reconnect with old friends. And yeah, work-wise, I'm still creating content all these years later.
Yeah, I know. You've been one of the most consistent at it. You've actually feel like a lot of people have just given up or they've lost love for it, but you still seem to really enjoy making stuff.
I think many people in creative worlds, they find it comes in ebbs and flows. Mm-hmm. And there have definitely been times over the years where I don't want to create content at all. I remember at times it just felt really dull. I was like, I don't want to post about my day-to-day life now. Like, there's nothing exciting about it.
Yeah, for sure. And did it feel like there'd been this expectation built up?
Expectations. The more that I was posting about my personal life, the more I then felt like I needed to give. And my audience would, of course, expect more of my personal life. And then sometimes it just felt overwhelming. And that's when I would become reclusive.
Making matcha with Naomi Smart. Back in the early days, that would have been like a YouTube video that would just get 1 million views. I feel like nowadays, it's not so simple anymore.
It's very hard to get 1 million views now, yeah. It was like the Wild West though, right?
Yeah, completely. Do you think there's been a big shift in the content you were making when you started versus the content you're making now?
I just want to create from the heart again. I just want to create what I want to put out there and not worry about what's going to perform well.
I think that's coming back slightly because that's what I think made people enjoy YouTube originally, was that it was just completely real and you were able to connect with people around the world. But I think now people are again craving just that reality of someone taking you with them on their day, as opposed to extremely fast cut, loud, Mr. Beast type stuff. But I think there's basically a home for all of that content now on YouTube.
Shall I close this actually for noise?
It's so fun filming with YouTubers because everyone's always like, do you want me to sit there for the lights or shall I do this for the sound? Or
Get it.
Cheers, this is great matcha. I feel like I'm having a Naomi Smart morning and I'm loving it.
You're very welcome. And next time we will do the yoga as well. Do a little meditation yoga.
You're living now in Richmond. What's been the last few years before you were here?
It's hard to even remember from I don't know, the last 10 years, everywhere I've been, what I've been up to. But I think the adventure that we have all been on with YouTube so early on was incredible. But then also at the same time for me, I felt like it was a massive part of our 20s. And I never fully got that time to fully discover who I am. So I think the last few years have been exactly that, on a journey looking inwards and learning so much about not just myself, but the world around me.
Because it was so crazy and you were just sort of getting swept up by this insane world, do you think you as a person took a bit of a pause in the development of yourself?
In a way, because we had so many eyes on us when we're so young, I think I became who they wanted me to be in a funny way.
The audience.
The audience, yeah. And that is just part of being online for so many years. And when you're posting so much of your personal life, I think your identity can get a little bit lost.
As you were so young and becoming so famous, you're in this very public relationship with Marcus.
it was like the audience's expectation of what you guys should be and what your relationship should be versus the reality of what a relationship is? Was there an added pressure in that way?
Possibly. I think we were so young, like you say, like we were best friends at school before we were even in a relationship. So we had a deep-rooted friendship there, first and foremost. In a romantic relationship and very early on being online definitely put pressure on us. But having said that, I do look back and see that we had so much fun. Like it was an incredible opportunity for both of us as individuals, but also in a relationship. I mean, we were traveling around the world. We had this incredible group of friends. So on one hand, you could look at it and see, we were under a lot of pressure as a young couple to like make it last and like live up to people's expectations. But at the same time, I can see we were so unbelievably fortunate to have the experiences that we had. In a way, navigating our audience's response to our breakup was like the biggest theme of the breakup for both of us. It was like, how do we announce this?
As of right now, Naomi and I, we're not together.
People loved seeing us online together and all like the fun videos we would create, but also the relationship that we had shared online. You know, they were invested in the relationship and who we were as a couple, and I definitely felt a sense of guilt for ending it.
You, Marcus, Elfie and Zoe used to be quite close friendship-wise. How did that change when you broke up with Marcus?
The four of us were so close, and we lived in Brighton. We had so much fun. Like, there was something that I feel like just clicked between us. After the breakup, it was definitely a shift. Like, there was a catalyst for like drifting apart, which I do find really sad. I also didn't want to make anyone feel awkward about it as well.
But that must have been very hard for you because you weren't only losing your partner in Marcus, you then also were kind of losing friends and also people who were part of your career.
Yeah. It's I think that's one of the hardest things with a breakup in general, isn't it? It's you're not just losing a person, you're losing friends and family on the other side. And I think Zoe and Tanya especially, they were family, like they were sisters.
And do you keep up with any of them now?
Not as much, no, but I've followed everyone's journeys so closely, and it's incredible to see.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm such an emotional person, so speaking about the past and like all of these stories and like reminiscing on incredible times, it's I feel a lot.
Yeah, but that's great. I mean, it's good to feel, right?
They're in a funny way, they're like happy. I feel like they're happy tears.
Quite a few of you have requested for me to start a YouTube channel, so here I am, my first ever video.
So Zoe created my channel for me and filmed my first video for me, her and Alfie. Do you know this story of like the fashion lookbook? Oh my gosh. So it's my first ever video. I'm already nervous. Like, I don't know what I'm doing and how I'm doing this. And like, I've got Zoe and Alfie like literally directing me and like helping me. Zoe's holding the camera. And they film it on their balcony at their lovely flat in Brighton, overlooking the sea. Yeah. And at this point especially, it was like, do not reveal where they live. Yeah. And in this video, you can see where they live very clearly because it's shot on their balcony. They filmed it.
So they should have known.
I felt responsible because then the video goes up and then they get like an influx of people like knowing where they live and everything. I was like, the first video, and I was so nervous, and now I've just like revealed where they live. Like it was just not ideal.
Surely they sort of realised
not
it was
ideal.
Kind of their, they filmed it. But
they filmed it. I posted it. I don't know. I thought I would continue making like lots of recipe books after this, but after this one, I was like, I think one is enough. I might do another one in the future. I don't know, but I would do it differently now. Like this was me like moving into my first solo apartment. Yeah. creating all of my recipes, writing this book, and you being there at the book launch as well, like that moment was, of all of you, this whole gang like there to support me, was just like, this is what I felt like I needed to do, you know, just that feeling of the wings spreading.
Was Marcus invited to the book launch?
I can't remember if I invited him or not. Might have been a bit awkward because it was only a few months after we broke up. It's an incredible experience. I'm actually so proud of it still.
Yeah.
You really should be. You wrote it actually all yourself. You didn't get a ghostwriter like
every word. Yeah, no. Every single word I wrote.
As Mark Twain said, write what you know. Or in many of the Brit Crew's case, get someone else to write it for you. Zoe Sugg kicked things off in 2014 with Girl Online, a debut novel that broke records, then headlines after it was revealed that she'd had help from a ghostwriter.
Dun, dun, dun!
It made Zoella very much the Drake of Brit Crew lore, a chart topper with a co-writer. Then came Elfie Days, the pointless book, part lifestyle journal, part activity book.
And this is it.
People compared it to Wreck This Journal, but did Wreck This Journal ask you to draw genitals? Joe Sugg went the graphic novel route with username Evie and has since released books that track with his evolving interests. Casper Lee collaborated with his mum to write his autobiography. Marcus Butler released Hello Life, which I still can't seem to put down. Jim Chapman gave us 147 things, and not one of them told us where Martha was. Louise released a memoir and a diary book. Tanya Burr followed up Love Tanya with a series of cookbooks.
You're also a writer, of course. You've written 3 books. Oh yes. Why are you surprised by that? I just don't think of it as writing.
One by one, the book deals rolled in and the public began to ask, how much of this was about creativity and how much was about cashing in? Of course, no one falls out of favor just for publishing a book, but throw in the brand deals, the burnout, the breakups, and suddenly the picture starts to shift.
If all of those couples had stayed together, possibly we'd all still, be more connected. So the breakups probably did initiate more of a drifting.
Do you think your audience is entitled to that sort of level of intimacy and information?
I feel like the audience want whatever you give them. So if you start feeding them more private, juicy stuff, they're going to want more of it, right? So maybe, they do feel entitled to a degree, but I think in a way it's only because you've given them a little taste, and then of course they're going to want more. To be honest, like over the years, I have been subjected to some brutal comments online, and I have noticed the men or the boys back then wouldn't receive the same.
Do you think that is just part of having your life online?
To a degree, yes. I think if I'm going to be posting my personal life online, I need to almost expect to have some kind of opinions, my followers' opinions thrown at me. But having said that, I don't think it's right that men and women receive a different kind of criticism. Yeah. That has always felt a little unfair.
Did you ever feel like audiences would try and sort of put you, Tanya, Zoe, Louise, the women of the Brit Crew, against each other?
You know what did happen was a lot of women would hyper-analyse our interactions. And there would be videos of, like, say, Zoe, Louise, Tanya and I, or whatever kind of combination. And they'd say, oh, can you believe that she just said that? Or just looked at her? Or did you see that? And, like, really, with a magnifying glass, like, go in and see if there's any kind of tension, which I never really remember there was. But the comments would definitely, like, make you think, like, oh God, like, did I say something that would have really upset her? From my standpoint, I felt like the friendships were way better off camera because I was so awkward. I would be like, oh God, why am I so weird on camera? What's wrong with me? And then as soon as the camera's off, I felt like I could be normal again. So from my perspective, friendships were better off camera. It does make me sad. I would love to have continued that journey with the gang, and we all had such a massive part of our lives together and grew up together in a way. It would have been nice to have like continued that, but you know, life changes, priorities change, and we have all gone in very different directions. Yeah.
Speaking to Naomi confirmed for me that the Brit Crew's strength definitely lay within the real relationships they shared. However, that strength would also prove to be their weakness. We never did hear back from Zoe and Elfie, but their influence was undeniable. They helped define an era of YouTube where friendship became content and the Brit Crew reigned supreme. But time has passed and that crew has since drifted apart. So we wanted to understand what happens when a group does stay together. To explore that legacy, we met up with a member of the UK's biggest group channel today, the Sidemen, still united and now with over 22 million followers.
We looked at the Brit Crew as like, wow, these are the cool guys out there doing it, and like we're the kind of sat inside gamers. So it was always aspirational.
You used to look at Jim Chapman, Marcus Butler and Alfie Deyes and say those guys are cool.
100%. At that time,
yeah,
what was cool is completely different to what is cool now. You know, you could do anything on YouTube. You could do the most budget, stupid looking stuff.
Yeah.
And people just loved it because it was raw, authentic and real.
Going to McDonald's.
To do what?
A chicken nugget challenge.
How many chicken nuggets are we eating each?
60.
60 chicken nuggets each. That's mental.
That was around the time that you guys and the Brit Crew were starting to do the in real life content.
Yeah.
And that was where we saw a new opportunity. We're like, okay, we've got an audience doing a different thing, but let's try doing those football challenges, the vlogging, and the world slowly started to merge. There's a saying that I really like, and it's, if you want to go somewhere fast, go on your own.
Yeah.
If you want to go a long way, go together, because you can support each other and you can get further. You know, it'll slow you down. It will mean that you have arguments and challenges, and you know it's difficult to align everyone's schedules and get everyone on the same page. But when you do that and you do it right, you can continue for over 10 years, kind of 13 years, I think, almost.
That to me always felt that was something that was different between the Brit Crew and the Sidemen. Like the first time I met you guys and I saw Simon, and I was like, hey, how's it going? And he was like, oh, hey, Josh, like, love your videos. He's like, we should make a video sometime. That was the first thing he said to me, was this like, hey, let's collaborate. Whereas with the Brit Crew, I always felt a bit like, who is this guy and what is he doing here?
Interesting. We've always found that collaboration has made us all kind of bigger. So we've been able to do that relatively, you know, unguarded. There was one point in time, which is before we started the Sidemen channel, where things did start to get a little bit lost between us, because we all had our individual channels and we'd all feature on each other's channels, but it became a bit difficult because it was kind of like, okay, so I'm filming on your channel, all the content's going on your channel. I'm getting maybe some subscribers, but all of your subscribers already know me. So where is the kind of, so then creating the Sidemen channels, like the hub, and just saying everything in here is equal, and we all drive the traffic to there. It allowed us to go further. And I think, you know, maybe if the Brit Crew had built something, you know, a central place, perhaps it would have gone a lot further.
I always do wonder if they'd come together and like committed to some sort of group, what would have happened, because it did seem to sort of just dissipate. At the beginning of this film's journey, the plan was to focus on just one member of the Brit Crew, someone we'd seen go through a significant change. But as we kept filming, we realized the story of the Brit Crew as a whole was far more entertaining and engaging than we'd first imagined. There he is. Oh my God, he's wearing a turtleneck. JP! Haha! I put your croissant. Joe Sugg began as Thatcher Joe, a prank-loving Ruth Thatcher with Brit Crew in his blood. These days, he's more than just a YouTuber. He's a mainstream celebrity and business owner with his Brit Crew compatriot, Casper Lee. We'll shake hands.
Should we do our secret handshake?
Yeah, how does it go? With the scope of the documentary changing quite a bit, and after part 1 was released, Joe felt that in this new version of the story, his interview wasn't quite in the right place anymore. We also reached out to Louise, aka Sprinkle of Glitter, who declined to be interviewed, saying that she didn't feel comfortable revisiting this period of her life. I can't speak for them, but it's fair to say the experience, while extraordinary, can't have been easy. Shooting to fame at a young age comes with a lot, and not all of it simple to revisit. Joe and I are still best friends, so let's just cut straight to my smooth exit before joining our main man Marcus in Berlin. Nice to see you.
It's actually part of the thing. I'm not shaking your hand, Josh.
But thank you for talking with us.
Please say hello to Marcus for me as well.
I will say hello to Marcus.
And if it's fun out there, 'cause I kind of want to vicariously live through you in these moments of your adventures to Berlin.
Would you go to Berghain?
Personally, no.
Do you think I'll get in?
Do you know what? 'Cause you're like borderline, like curious looking, like
Yeah,
in a good, like, do you know
now.
what I mean? Like kind of like you're not the sort of person I expect you are.
Bye.
Josh, come back. I love you really.
I remember Marcus Butler as an integral part of the Brit Crew and used to enjoy making content with him myself, but I hadn't seen or heard from him in over half a decade. I've seen photos and heard stories of his new life, but was excited to catch up with him myself. So we organized some time to meet up with him where he now lives, Berlin. Unfortunately, Marcus was busy on the night we arrived in Berlin, but he did give us some suggestions of things to do. One of them is the world-famous club Berghain. Unfortunately, you can't just walk into Berghain, so I've got this trainer here, which basically helps determine whether you will be let into the club or not. Oh, golly, this is pretty cool.
Warst du schon mal hier?
Yes.
Glaubst du bist hier richtig?
I hope so.
Bist du drauf?
Not yet.
Sorry, schon voll heute.
I didn't get in, guys.
Let's try that again, I think.
Yes, definitely. Just a little bit. Ah, fuck. No. Axel? No. He said not today. This is the one. No. Yes. South Africa. Now that is questionable. You cannot ask a man where he's from and then tell him you're full tonight.
I think none of us are getting in.
I think we've got to just go try. I don't think I'm exactly dressed how you're meant to dress to get into Berghain. I don't feel confident. Let's see. It does actually look quite fun in there. I mean, I'm not much of a raver myself, but if there was ever a time to rave, it's Sunday night in Berlin. The atmosphere outside Berghain was tense. It felt intimidating, definitely a long way away from the Mayfair nightclubs in London I'd visited with Marcus in the past. Cameras are strictly forbidden at Berghain. We joined the queue and waited for our fateful moment at the infamous door. So we didn't get in. The bouncer said, "How many?" I said 3. He looked me up and down, said, "Absolutely not. Off you fuck." And here we are. As I look at some of the outfits of some of the people leaving, I understand why they don't want me inside. Seeing Marcus tomorrow, maybe we'll ask him where we went wrong and he can give us some pointers, but this time around, Josh didn't get into Berghain, sadly. After I'd slept off the disappointment of not getting into Berghain, I went to go meet Marcus at his house in Berlin. Something's become pretty clear to me since my time in Berlin, which is that I am not, despite what I previously thought, very cool. I dress a bit differently to people out here and I don't exactly fit in. So what I've done is I've set up a website to help people such as myself when coming over to Berlin, show them how to dress, how not to dress, and help them get into places like Berghain. Odoo is an all-in-one business management software. For this particular video, I've used it to set up my own website in 4 quick steps. Firstly, you define the type of site you want to build, the industry and your goals. Then you can choose a color palette and upload your logo, add pages and features, select a theme from the wide range of themes available, and there you go, you've got your website. From there, you can literally drag and drop a block for anything you may need. I'm going to add my social media, so I just drag and drop that there, and there you go, done. Make sure to click our link down in the description to try the Odoo website builder for yourself. If it's your first app within Odoo, it's completely free. Hello. How you doing?
I'm good, and you?
Good, thanks. I knew by the shoes that this must be Marcus's house.
Just the dumping pile of running shoes.
Oh my God, Marcus, this is...
Welcome to the crib, welcome
lovely.
to the crib.
You've got so much light. It's very strange seeing you again. I haven't
I
seen
haven't
you
seen you in a long time. Okay, this is the living space. We've got my kitchen.
It's all very tastefully done.
Yeah, you're not going in this room. This is the no-go room.
Oh my God.
And you've got the room where the magic sometimes happens.
I see a lot of shoes.
It's just an overkill of shoes. A lot of clothes, a lot of shoes, and then like you can't not be in Berlin and not have some DJ decks. You just get to that point where you start taking an interest in it, and then you go like deep in the rabbit hole, and here I fucking am.
We actually we went to Bergheim last night.
Oh yeah?
And
you went or like tried to go?
We tried to go. We walked to the front, the guy in front of us, they just go like, no. So it wasn't
Were you wearing this? You know what like the misconception with Bergheim is everyone thinks it's actually about how you're dressed, but it's not about that. So like most people who go for the first time like way overthink how you should look.
Yeah.
They know how to create the best environment.
Sure.
So people getting rejected is actually for normally the benefit of the people who are trying to get in, because they just know that they're not going to be the right vibe for that environment.
If you're trying to make me feel better, you're not.
I know I'm not, but that can change week in, week out. But still, like, why the door is so amazing is because it creates that magic inside, week in, week out, with all the people from all over the world. I was there last night, so the time you would have been trying to go in, I would have been somewhere immersing myself in the magic of Bergheim whilst you were trying to get in. I moved here completely accidentally. My ex, Steffi, she's German. We used to split our time between London and Berlin. And at that exact time was when COVID happened. Yeah. And then basically never left. I was like, yeah, this is it. This is you know, we're gonna marry, have kids, and whatnot. Nice.
You're still friends?
Yeah. We're like super good friends still. We hang out. I think it's very rare that you can just naturally end something or go on such a nice journey and look back at it with positivity from both sides.
Are you worried about your street cred getting seen with me? I mean, I'm not.
No, man.
No,
it's chill.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Because I can walk like a bit away from you if you want.
Welcome to Berlin.
There are a lot of characters around Berlin.
Yeah, of course. Berlin's full of characters. Full of characters. Berlin to me feels very safe.
Yeah.
Like in comparison with London, it feels extremely safe.
It also feels like kind of free of judgment.
Massively. I mean, Berlin. I describe Berlin as being the most open city I've ever experienced when it comes to things like exploration of yourself, whether you talk about that in a sexuality point of view, whether you talk that in a fashion view, like whoever you want to be and become, this city is perfect for that, because there's zero judgment. It's just like anything goes.
Despite the black clothing, there's colour in the characters.
There's big colour in the character, yeah.
Clubbing and nightlife has become a bit more of a big part of your life, right?
Yeah, I think it's a big part of my social life. It's generally a dangerous side of the city because there's so much opportunity when it comes to nightlife. Yeah. A lot of people can end up getting lost, and then all of a sudden you're in a very dark place. You could go anywhere on any night and experience a crazy party where the club's probably not going to close for the next 24 hours. Wait a sec, you see this on the other side of the road? This is like the best candy shop. Like they have everything you could dream of as a kid.
Marcus, I'm worried about you.
Why?
Because I read your book before I came, and you spoke about your junk food addiction. Now you're telling me about the sweet shop.
It's all about balance. It's all about balance.
Fair enough.
I went a bit too hard on the health stuff.
Did you?
Yeah, previously, for sure. I went so hard on my diet that I was like, my treat for myself in the evening was like a square of dark chocolate. Like, what the fuck is that? That's not fun. And it became like an obsession of how your body was looking. I was super skinny, like I have pictures back in the day, super lean.
Yeah.
And even back then I would look at myself and be like, oh, I'm chubby, or I'm like, I'm big, it's absolutely crazy to have that mindset.
Yeah.
So now looking back, I was definitely way too deep in this.
Yeah.
Now it's all about balance. I'm a very nostalgic person myself, so like I hold on to all these memories and experiences that we went through YouTube as something I always cherish for like the rest of my life. Sometimes I just go on a trip down memory lane and I end up like just watching a bunch of old videos and just
it is cool to have, especially the vlogging stuff where you'd be on trips with your friends and stuff, to be able to like look back on that.
Have that segment of that day
Cringes
recorded
me out sometimes though.
Mate. I'd come across so obnoxious sometimes in some vlogs, like when you're watching it and you're just like, what the fuck are you saying? Like, and I like look at my previous self and I'm just like, stop talking, just stop.
Yeah.
Nice thing with your old friends is you're always gonna have that ability to catch up just because of the time that you spent together and the growth you've had in your life and those journeys and memories that you've got, they'll always be there.
Yeah.
But of course, it's like, if you were to look at it, it's like chalk and cheese. It's like, you know, they're all settled, married, kids, second kids, whatever. And I'm here like, not that at all, living my life in Berlin. So I sometimes feel like I'm the entertainment factor for them, for catch-up stories. And this is where the anti-office is.
Did you specifically want it to be based within like a sex shop? Or
No, it's completely random, but it has a lot of character to the building. So it's situated within inside the sex shop. It's in the same building. And in here you have like all these little booths. You can pay to watch in here. 2 floors is the sex shop down there, and then the rest is like pretty much vacant. Yeah. And this is our floor. Oh wow. I don't know if the boys are in yet. I think, no. It's just me at the minute, but they're coming in.
Anti is a clothing brand founded by Marcus in Berlin.
3 of us who own the brand. That's me, Julian and Chris. Our imagery is very like specific when it comes to how we market our brand. So we have like quite an aesthetic that we put a lot of effort into it.
You started YouTube, but at the time when you started, no one thought you could make money from it. And then all of a sudden it became possible.
Way back when, I think I was paid by like Aero. We're doing like some random competition, and I was asked to like show a chocolate bar and talk about this thing in the video for like £100. And I was like, this is,
oh my God,
yeah,
amazing,
I was like 17. I was like, what the fuck? This is insane. Like, yeah, okay, let's try this.
I'll just do it for a free Aero.
For a free Aero. Before we had management, so before me and Alfie signed with Gleam, we were approached by Guinness World Records. Yeah. We basically signed the deal with them for 1 year. So it was a 1-year contract. Over that year, we were contracted to film 110 videos for them together.
Every third day, basically.
Every third day, and we did it in blocks. We would shoot insane amount of videos on set, big production again, like 12-hour days. So we got paid, I think it was £6,000 each up front, and we were like, yeah, this is amazing.
Like how would
didn't even think of it.
Yeah.
And before we even had filmed anything, we went to go like together. I think I was 19 and Alfie was 17, and we went straight to the Rolex store in London and bought matching Rolex.
And you still got it, right?
I think we still have it now. Me and Alfie laugh back at those moments a lot because we just went to a fucking park with like 50 people, and everyone's just a nerd there, you know? We're just all these weird kids, weird people hanging out in a park.
And that was like the start of the YouTube community, right? Because I think that is how it started in the UK. It wasn't so much like we're the stars and these are our fans. It was like we're all a bunch of weird people that make videos and watch videos together, so we're a community of people.
100%. I came back from that trip in VidCon, and I remember my dad picked me up from the airport, and I was like, in my full-time job, like in a software company back then, I was so buzzed from this energy feeling. I was like, I really want to give this a go. And then he took me out to dinner the next night, and he's like, right, let's like work on a rough business plan. Like, how much money are you making right now? How much money do you think you can make? And at that time, when we had that conversation, I was nowhere near able to be a full-time job, but I just was so passionate about like what I was doing. I didn't really care. Yeah. And I think he could see that in me, and he's like, well, it's a big risk if you want to quit the full-time software company job.
But it was trending in the right way, right? Like
exactly.
You could see the growth. Was there a month where you looked at what you had earned that month that just went like, oh my God?
There was 1 month, I think, where I earned like £300,000 across everything I did, across, I don't know.
In 1 month?
In 1 month, yeah.
What up? Yeah. Hey! How's it going?
Man, sorry for disturbing.
No, not at all. Good. I'm Josh.
Man, Julian, nice to meet you.
Hey, Julian, lovely to meet you.
How are you doing, Sash Master?
I'm good. Good.
Hello, I'm Josh. Chris, nice to meet you. So this is now like the anti-team that we're meeting. When Julian came in, he said that you're the sesh master. So is out of the office, is Marcus the sesh master?
Yeah.
He is.
3 of them tried to go to Berghain, and then it didn't work.
That was it. That was exactly. Yeah. Obviously, a big part of life in Berlin is like the party side of things and going out and stuff, which I found really interesting. Is that ever hard to balance, like finding a balance between work and play?
People can obviously get lost here, lost in the sauce, because there's opportunity everywhere. Everywhere you look, you can go out every single night of the week. Some clubs will be open for like 3 or 4 days before they close. And it's like, you just don't have that in London, you know. No. Nowhere's staying open past 6 a.m.
Yeah.
Also, it's usually people who are new to the city, who want to try everything, every club, every party, but when you've seen it once, you
Yeah.
get used to it and you can take it more easy.
So have you seen that happen a lot with like people? Did that happen to Marcus when he first came? Did he just jump into it too hard?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Still jumping.
Much like Marcus, it was my turn for a wardrobe switch-up.
Then with the grey sweats and the pink hat.
Yeah.
Don't you worry, I've got the arms for this. What do we think?
I mean,
legs, though.
Yeah, super long legs.
I don't know if it's me.
Yeah, you're looking a bit stiff.
And do you think I could adapt to make this feel more me?
Don't conform to something you don't feel comfortable with.
I've never felt so trendy in my whole life. How do you think it compares to your Marky Butt match? Have these guys ever seen it?
This is my catchphrase from back in the day. This is, some might say, iconic.
Can you remember how many garments you would have sold of your old merch?
A lot. One day back then, I think we did like 100K in one day.
100K sales?
Yeah,
or
in one day.
100K
Revenue.
Is it annoying that something so shit could have potentially like outsold something so amazing?
After a day at the anti-officers, we headed back to Marcus's flat ahead of a night out on the town.
Cheers, 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 cheers.
I think from the outside, it can really seem like I obviously have changed a lot.
Yeah.
But it's felt just like a natural progression of who I not really am, but like it's just given me a space to become the person I am today. Honestly, I've never felt more content. Like
I can tell. Like
now, like literally, like in a relationship, I'm very like stable, and I'm very stable within that environment, and also
you even
very
like that in the YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, I'm stable, but I'm like good in a relationship. You know, so all of a sudden, for the first time in, I don't know, out of the last 15 years, if you think for 12 and a half of those years, I was in 2 relationships. Yeah. This is the longest period of time I've had since I was 7 or 16, whatever, 16, 17, where I've only had myself to focus on. I've gone from like being very, as I said, good and like always thinking about my partner and relationship to just, holy shit, like I can just do, it's just me, you know, like do whatever I want to do whenever I want to do it. Yeah. But when I have my time partnered with like my freedom of choice, I'm just like, wow, I can do whatever. Actually, Berlin, I think, can be very hard for people who are trying to find a relationship. Berlin has or did have the highest rate of single occupants across the whole of Europe. So in terms of having fun when it comes to this, there's a lot of opportunity there. You can be very experimental. Open relationships here, that's like the norm, for example. So even when people start talking about relationships, there's like, oh yeah, but we're open, or you know, we go to sex parties here, or this, or this. Yeah. It's like something totally different to anything I experienced before.
Marcus dressed me ready for the night out ahead.
Try like the pants and the
with that
over, for example.
Yeah, that'll look cool. What do we think?
I've never seen you look so good.
That's what I'm talking about. Honest. You said that you're a bit worried about me.
Going out in Berlin is a different experience what people are maybe used to, so I'm just trying to make sure that my guests are considerate of the environment that you're in Berlin, as well as you not be shocked or terrified by what's going on.
I've been to Miesenboeck in London.
Miesenboeck, Jesus Christ, that's a throwback.
Yeah, so
hell.
I know how to throw down.
Yeah.
Before we left, there was luckily still time for Marcus to show us some of his DJing skills.
Here we go.
It's the whole fucking thing,
yeah?
Do you have the 3000 by Busted?
First you have to match the BPM, yeah? Then it's just mixing in at the time you want to mix this in.
Yeah.
So there's now a lot coming in, and then I would bring this track out, so.
Like that.
Marcus had changed in many ways since I'd seen him last. Tattoos weren't exactly part of the traditional Brit Crew aesthetic.
My newest piece, 1 year in the making. That must be nearly 9 years old. That was my first like proper tattoo. This is like a tree within a light bulb is a deeper meaning is that there's always an idea, and the idea is always growing, and I'm just like, fucking hell, just calm down. You don't have to get so like intricate about your tattoos.
Yeah.
You can also just be, I liked the design of this, and that's okay. This was most painful. This by far, this was 6 hours. Honestly, it was the most painful thing I've ever done in my life.
Although I didn't have any tattoos of my own, I did have a brand new outfit ready for my big night out in Berlin.
The bar itself is like kind of an iconic club in Berlin.
And do you know like loads of the people we're meeting, so we're going to see there tonight?
I have no idea.
Dressed in anti, I was ready for action.
You good? I'm good. How are you?
Nice to see you again too.
How come you're here?
Making a documentary about Marcus and like he's like, yeah.
Okay.
This is
I'm his ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
Colored your hair again.
Yeah.
Nice. Anyway, should we get inside?
Yeah.
With cameras not allowed in Berlin nightclubs, we stopped filming and allowed ourselves to be immersed into the evening. So it is 2:35 in the morning. We have left Marcus to it. He is still partying into the night. Your DJ came on, there were drinks, there were a lot of like very Berlin looking people. There was some sort of strange interpretive dance that happened, which was okay. Didn't look like the happiest environment. It's all quite serious, but I had a good time. Then we went to another place called Phantom Bar. It's like a construction site sort of door. You go through this like red sort of corridor and you walk into what just looks like an old rundown apartment, except it is full of Germans, and they're cool Germans. There's basically a dance floor, which is I guess what used to be the living room, and there was a man in a German football shirt DJing, playing some music with way too high a BPM for someone like me. Marcus had a fan. There was a guy who recognized him, was Marcus, I used to watch your vlogs. They had a hug. It just wasn't the kind of place you'd expect to see a Marky Butt Butt fan. I don't understand how Marcus does that so often. Like, my idea of a good time is singing Torn by Natalie Imbruglia and I karaoke with my friends, and when I'm doing that, you can tell that I'm having a very good time. I'll be smiling. And none of these people were smiling at all. Is it Natalie Imbruglia?
Natalie Imbruglia, I think.
Natalie Imbruglia. We left the venue at about 2:30, but Marcus was still there. So not too sure what time he got home, but we're going to go and catch up with him now, as we were actually meant to be doing a run this morning, but that hasn't happened.
Do you want to mic me up?
Yeah, I was seeing Spiteri last night.
But generally, like we still hang out, so it's like it's not weird when it's not like
Yeah.
weird
You guys are
or
just friends.
Yeah, so it's nice. Like,
So, how are you feeling? Because I
feeling a bit roughed up.
Yeah, I woke up very tired and hungover and out of energy, but you seem pretty good.
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm fine.
How would you equate that to like a Berlin night out typically?
The place we went after, I'm glad you got to see it because that was like a real Berlin bar, you know? That's like a very current place that people are going to on a night out in Berlin.
How long do you think you're going to be able to keep up the stamina of being able to go out a lot and then like wake up, do it all again?
I mean, it keeps me young. That's like in a funny way, like the difference with these things is when I'm going out, it's giving me so much, like it energizes me for the week ahead normally.
Really? And then you get the GQ Men of the Year Awards tomorrow night.
Yeah. So it's like, red carpet, dinner, and then it turns into a party after that. It can feel like quite a lot because, I mean, you saw it yesterday, it was a Tuesday night, right? And this is like, this could happen a couple days a week in Berlin.
Yeah.
So with the brand, I have a purpose. So it's like, I can still enjoy my life, but at the end I still need to, that can't just be my life because it can be fun, but after some time you're gonna, I don't know what would happen, like not go in a good direction. So if you've got purpose and meaning in what you're doing, then that's, I feel like, balances out the fun side of it.
Where do you think you see it in like 10 years' time? If you could, in an ideal world, what?
Because think 10 years ago was like the start of the YouTube peak.
Yeah.
And imagine thinking then, like, yeah, in 10 years you're going to be living in Berlin.
Yeah.
Honestly, such a hard question. I felt like I couldn't even say 5 years' time. I don't know. I see more focus on the brand and wanting to grow that more than growing my own personal brand.
Okay.
You've got to come back to Berlin in the summer.
I will.
And on a weekend.
I don't know if I can handle much more.
Yeah, I mean, take the camera away and then, and then you're free. Are we going to like hug it out or something?
I don't know. You can just hold me.
I'm just gonna hug it out. Is that going to be a YouTuber thumbnail?
So bad. When I started making this documentary, I thought it would be about looking back, about speaking to the creators of a golden era on YouTube. I thought the nostalgia would be the most compelling part, reminiscing about the good times, the friendships, and how things had changed over the years. But as the conversations unfolded, I realized it was about something bigger than Peter Pan collars, whisper challenges, and sausage dogs. It was about a time when the internet felt smaller, when people made videos in their bedrooms not to go viral, not to chase a brand deal, but simply because it made them happy, because it gave them a reason to feel seen. There was no pressure, no metrics, just joy and the hope that someone out there might feel a little less alone. These creators didn't just build careers, they built communities. For kids who didn't quite fit in at school, for teens figuring themselves out, for people who needed a friend. But what happens when those creators grow up? When they hit 30, when life changes and the audience changes too? When the carefree days of making videos for fun start to feel like a distant memory or even a loss? And what about the people watching who once dreamed of being YouTubers, influencers, or TikTokers themselves? Does growing up mean letting go of that dream? Or does it mean learning to dream differently, finding new ways to create, connect, and belong? Because maybe growing up isn't the end of that story. Maybe it's just a new beginning.